Another day and another Maker Advent, and today in the wibbly wobbly timey wimey world that we live in, this is actually recorded after the video that's going out after this. Weird. Anyway, I've done a test to see if I can desolder with my hot air rework station, the one that's just off camera over there. I'm not going to do the wibbly wobbly camera angle again, makes people sick. I did a test to see if I could desolder a chip off here and then put it back on, and yep, it worked. I'm not the best at hot air rework stations apart from melting glue and plastic usually, so I wanted to test. And the reason why I wanted to test is because this board I'm really rather fond of. So it's the Maker Pi Pico from Cytron, and it's one of the earliest Raspberry Pi Pico add-on boards that came out when the Pico came out in 2021, I think it was now. And I really love this board. Why? It's just a playground for electronics. So you've got a Pico in the centre, that's surface mount soldered on. You could desolder that if you want and put your own Pico on. Pico 2W would be nice. You've got GPIO pins broken out to the sides, as you can see here. You've got lights as well down the side, so you can see where the pin is active, so you can see its state. You've got Grove connections all down here. These are connections for external electronics. Really easy. Think of them as stemmer QT or just like proprietary ports. You just stick something in and you've got a motor, you've got a sensor, whatever. It's got a NeoPixel. It's got a micro SD card slot. It's got a headphone output. It's got some spare pins, a buzzer that's really annoying, and a slot for ESP01 there, which is the ESP8266 in a breakout board. It's also got a run button here. It's got a run button that I broke. Yeah, there it is. That should have one of these inside it. It's been like this for about a year, and it was my fault that I broke it, but I want to fix it. So, I'm going to desolder that. So I'm going to protect all these with some Kapton tape, put some flux on, hot air rework, and let's see what happens. Will it work? I haven't got a clue. It's going to be fun to find out. So, you're thinking, Les, have you got some buttons to replace it with? Well, yes, by the power of Temu. I have the buttons. 10 value car remote switches. And the one I want is, we'll just double check. Ow. I still got that cut on my thumb. That was a sore from the other day. And it's still sore now. But crack a joke. So we've got these buttons and they have 4 legs. And I can see the legs. I'll just take it off camera a second. Yeah, I can see the legs outside. So not underneath the button. That looks about right, doesn't it? Let me just double check with my eyeballs. Yep, they're also really bloody tiny. This is going to be fun. So, I'm going to Kapton tape all of that around and come back to you in a moment. So, one moment please. Okay, do we think that's enough Kapton tape? Probably not. Give it a bash anyway, see what happens. Remember, the goal is the run button. So, slap on some flux, hot air rework, let's see if it comes off. Hot air rework set to 350 and it's at full speed, and the plastic's melting. That's to be expected, it's plastic. I'm not too bothered about destroying the button as long as I can get it off. It's putting up a fight. I'm going to take it off in pieces. If my head gets into the shop, please count the grey hairs. That ain't budging. Let's put a little more flux on it. Let's bump the temperature up to 400. And let's get a different set of tweezers for this one. That might be better. Let's go. Might be better. Also might be too big. No, they're too big. Let's have a look in the other bits and pieces I've got here for more tweezers. No. Right, I'm not gonna lie. It's off, but it ain't my best work. To be fair, hot air rework and desoldering, that sort of thing, is never my best work. But, run. Just get into shot here. There he is. Has been desoldered. Just need to clean it up a little bit. Some isopropyl alcohol in a cotton bud. Let's assess the damage. I think I've lifted a trace. Damn it. And I spilled IPA everywhere. Alright, let's take this Kapton tape off to get a look around proper. Yeah, top right trace has come off. You can just see where the N of run is. That pad's duller. Damn it. Alright, let's see what we can fix. I'm not going to go for hot air rework on this one now. I'm going to go for my precision soldering station. And I'm going to change the tip for something a bit more precise. That one should work. There we go. Right, that's on. Now let's turn it on. Wait for it to heat up. Let's get a roll of the good stuff. We all know the good stuff. There we go. Loctite, lead solder, 0.5mm thickness. It is I think it's a 60-30. Yeah. 30 tin, 60 lead. Okay, let's just get this up temperature. It's going to go up to 350. And let's put some solder. Where there should be solder. Put your run button in place. I'm going to hot air rework it and just see what happens. If I melt the button again, well, I know I can take it off. Let's get one hot soldering iron out of the way and put another hot soldering iron in the way. So this time, I'll keep the button off. Let me turn the speed down a little bit. Perhaps a gale force wind, across the button is not the best idea. So Les, how does that look? Well, I'm going to be honest, it looks bloody awful. But the run button's back on. It's not straight, but it's on. It's going to get the precision tip on here and just neaten it up on the sides here. I've also got Kapton tape on my wrist and I have hairy arms. Okay, that looks like it's working, as in it's on. So let's give it a test. One moment please. Hello. Right. Still the same video about the Maker Pi Pico hot air rework. Wanted to show you something. So I can prove that it is actually on here. There we go. And it has power. You can see the power. You can also see my shoddy run button. Yeah, what does the run button do? It's just a reboot button. That's all. Forgot to mention that before. We have Phony open, and you can see that Phony is connected. So I'm going to press the run button, and you can see that it works. Right, I'm going to press the button. You can see that it works. Go into Phony. Turn that off. So there's a soft reboot on the Pico. Is this even in shot now? Right, I'm going to put it like that so you can see it. Let's go to Phony. So much going on. And press the run button. And watch for the shell. It worked. So if I press it again. It's working. So even my botched job of a solder has worked. So let's get some code on it, check that it's fully working. Okay, so I've put some code onto this. You can see it just there. Watch the blue lights around the Pico. And that's me pressing the run button. So I've saved this as main.py and it just runs whenever you turn the power onto the Pico. So it works. I've got a run button again. My run button soldered to the Maker Pi Pico works. It's not pretty, but it works. That's all I'm bothered about because the run button is quite useful. I would have loved it to have gone smoothly, but it just didn't. And that's lack of practice by myself. I'll have to do a bit more practice on that. But that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-da!